to all. You are watching Wisdom with Anthony. So today I'm here with a very burning issue. What is the issue? That how can I speak English in easiest way? And most obviously that how can I speak English fluently? So there are some problems that people find themselves, a big hindrance for themselves while talking about their fluency of the language. So here I am with some tricks and the tips that will be helping you out in a drastic way to speak English fluently in an easiest way and obviously the fastest one. The very first I have for you is use basic words. Whatever you have in your bag, whatever the words you know, please utilize those. What happens sometimes we know thousands of words, and according to me, as far as my knowledge concerned is, I must tell you that a normal person knows more than 500 words. So why shouldn't we go with those words what we have already? Instead of just looking and searching for the complex words in the vocabulary, why shouldn't we try those words which we already know or we are acquainted with? Obviously we can go with those words. Because the main thing is that I'm looking for the fluency, and fluency I will achieve when I start speaking, when I am in the terms of speaking. That very fact I need to understand from the very grassroots cause that I'm looking for the fluency, and fluency doesn't come to you unless you speak. So the most important thing is using whatever you have with you. You can begin with that. Later on you can add on certain things. And after adding on, you know it very well, people flourish. While talking about in terms of physical things, we automatically once we need to invest whatever we have. And then the profit comes. Right? Second thing I have for you, that use simple structure. Sometimes fluency is always like it is always has been a misconceptual thing that using the complex structures means being fluent. No, it doesn't mean. You can use simple structures and simple words which will help you out drastically. What simple structures are here I'm talking about? We should tend to listen to native speakers. Now what is listening to English means? You are listening to my video, watching my videos, and obviously that listening portion is getting completed. 10 to 15 minutes if you listen, if you invest. So listening portion you are getting completed. Now comes what? It comes to your speaking. So you can invest into your speaking. Without listening you cannot speak. So listening is the most important part of speaking. The more you listen, the more fluently and efficiently you can express yourself. Nobody can speak without listening. So imitation is the thing that it will help you in a great way. How and why? Because when we start imitating, and how and when we imitate, when we listen, when we are a good listener. Simple structures we can take from them, we can imitate those. We can use those in the same way. Once you use one structure, suppose you have heard or you have listened from somebody or from any speaker, maybe native, so you are going to use that same structure again and it will be pasted in your memory forever. Whenever you need, you can use that. Isn't it? I hope you are getting what I mean to say. Third point I have for you, go with small sentences. Now what is small sentences? I mean to say with small grammar topics. I know that when I talk about the grammar it becomes very complex, it becomes boredom, this or that. I'm not talking about that grammar. We need not to be very perfect and fluent in grammar. Here I'm talking about your spoken English. Somehow to some extent how much grammar is required, that's some basic topics you can cover up. Isn't it? I mean to say, rather making complex sentences, go with the very small sentences. For example, if you say, instead of saying, what have you done after coming from the school because it was a time to have a nap, you can go, what are you going to do now? Or what would you do when you come back from school? You can go with the simple sentences. I am fine Today I am planning to visit my friend's house. It has been a long time that I have not met him. Oh, suppose this is complex sentence, you can make it a simple one. How? I have not met my friend. I will meet him today in the evening. So please focus on to the small things. When you are capable of making small sentences, day will come that you will be finding yourself very comfortable to speak complex sentences too. It's all about adding up to. When you keep adding, you'll keep flourishing. Flourishing in what? In English. You know, communication skill is something that nowadays in this era, communication skill has a great role to play in your life, in your career. Some people may forego it, but it will not help you out in terms of your career. It is omnipresent. Why? Being a common language of the world is a requirement of the day and the hour. You need to learn it. At least that you can converse, you can convey the message, and you can assimilate the ideas, you can understand the ideas or the content statement, whatever they are going to make for you. Fourth, I have for you, fillers are okay sometimes. We think, no, what is filler? When you speak, when you look for the words, search for the words in that time, those are pauses. Those pauses are called I will. Then you are looking for those. I say okay. Initial say that's okay. Feel free to make those fillers. But you can fill those fillers with some words, with some alternatives like alright, that's fine. Yeah, I know. Like this. Some fillers you can just use for yourself in order to make yourself more attractive. Right? So fillers, if you are making, that's okay. Initial stage, everybody makes fillers and it is okay. There is nothing much to be worried in that. What is the most important thing? That you are in terms of speaking. And when we speak, when we learn something, it is obvious to make mistakes. Do not feel down to make mistakes. Feel free. You are learning something, and when we are in terms of learning, mistakes are bound to happen. Obvious thing. Day will be there that it will not be there. So why to worry about the thing? Because I have not seen a speaker, even though you are learning English as a second or third language, you tell me in your own mother tongue, don't you make a mistake? How many times? Simple sentences also you get stuck. Even I learn English as my second language. But in my mother tongue, we get stuck. So what is the reason behind here? That we are bothering and pressurizing our brain and just thinking about the thing that does not even exist. And according to me, that should not be taking place. That shouldn't be taking place. Because it's not helping me out. The things which are not helping me out, the things which are putting me back, I must throw them away. I should chase away from them. Either chase them away or you run away from them. Choice is yours. All in all, what I mean to say, go with the small things. Don't look for a very high package. Okay, somebody speaks very fluent English, somebody speaks with different structures, somebody uses different vocabulary. That is okay. Don't think too much about somebody. Somebody must have invested a lot of time, lot of energy, lot of things, knowledge. You also will be there, but you are at some stage. Don't underestimate. I'm not telling you to underestimate, neither to compare yourself. I'm telling you, whatever you have, start with that. You can go with that. This is the easiest way and the fastest even. If you look for the fluency, if you look for the different structure, complex sentences, different range of vocabulary, no. Nobody will be giving you any medal for that. The most important thing that you understand, you are able to converse, you are able to do, that's more than enough, I think so. Because slow and gradually you are learning. Are you getting what I mean to say? Because we We want perfection. Okay, that's okay. Even I want perfection. Everybody wants perfection. But to reach to that perfection, there are some small steps that we need to take to climb up that rock. If you want to climb up on a roof, there are steps. Step by step you can. With one jump, you cannot reach there. Then, take the alternative route. Now this is most important. What I want to say, especially to you here, suppose I'm speaking and I'm not able to find the exact word for that. I'm not able to find the exact structure for that. I get stuck, I get fumble. What shall I do now? I will get an alternative route. For an example, I do not know what should be called some word. Okay, if you can take any word. Okay, you can take sugarcane. Okay, so that particular moment you are not getting that word sugarcane. What happens? It can happen to anyone. Huh? You won't stop your communication. You will take an alternative route. You will say, do you know that substance that we get sugar from, it is juicy? You can take an alternative route, I mean to say. Every time, don't think for the vocabulary, don't think for the different structures. Simple and very basic things also can make you attractive in your communication skills. Body language is the most important key. Your comfortability is the most important key. How you present yourself with a smiling face, making an eye contact. These are some basic things which makes you more attractive in the conversation. So if you want to learn English in the fastest way, quickest way, and you want the fluency, you need to begin from somewhere, whatever you have. All in all, my today's video, let me give you a glance of that. If you are seeking for the perfection, the fluency in the quickest way and the fastest way, you should start with whatever you have. Don't go for the complex sentence or the structures or the vocabulary. Go with the small sentences. Get into that habit of everyday practice and everyday speakings. Don't miss out. Keep speaking every day. Keep listening to every day, because listening is the key. The more you listen, the better you can speak. So I hope you must have got what I wanted to tell you today's video. And my main message and what the main thing that I want to convey today, that if you want, that you are a seeker of fluency, please start with whatever you have, with small, because get into that habit and try not to translate. As I posted my previous video, in that I just explained very well. If you translate, so there are some problems and the drawbacks that may hit you. So I hope that you must have liked the videos. If you are visiting to the channel very first time, please do hit the like button and do subscribe to the channel. And if you find it beneficial, please share it with your near and dear ones, those who are in terms of learning English. So take care till then. Bye-bye.